My finest work. Ah!
People that I know. Like, everybody I know that's a pro player, when it comes to solo queue, they're not great people, including myself. Like, there's like a rule. If you run into a pro or some kind of personality in a pub, and it's solo queue, just don't expect them to be.
Yeah, they're not going to be nice. Oh, Seneco's been caught out. Vega Squadron have just found the bounty hunter, locking him in the ice shards, and this should be an easy first blood. Do they give it to Pasha though? Oh.
Give it to the SF.
I know, right? Go ahead and get
souls.
Necromastery. Yeah, get the right click.
That's
so
so tilting. I guess they were just like, we have to get the kill in case anybody's nearby. But if the SF gets that, that's game winning. That's 12 souls, like, off the bat. It's like, that's so much damage. That's 24 damage plus, like, to begin with in the lane. That's absurd.
Yeah.
You actually can't do that, but...
Remember the old strat where you had you would feed Roshan Venomancer wards and SF would deny all of them?
I was the Veno in that game.
You were the Veno?
In the one that you're thinking of, I was the Venomancer and Wagamama was the Shadow Fiend, and we were playing against IG in some World Championships that CLG ended up winning. I remember it very distinctly. Did you guys lose that game?
No, we won.
We beat IG. That was right before TI2.
Wow.
It was terrible though, because I was a Veno with level 1 Plague Wards, and I was trying to zone out YYF, my personal hero. He was playing Puck, and he's just looking at me. He's like, "Are you retarded? Like, you think you're gonna zone me out with Venom wards?" And I was like,
"You're
I'm
just
sorry.
like giving me free ward kills." All
yeah,
right.
It was like a dad trying to fight his son. You know, I just felt bad.
All right. So we're gonna have Havos is gonna be playing the Axe safe lane with the Witch Doctor. We've got Seneko who's gonna be doing typical roaming Seneko things. That's what he always does. Templar Assassin's going to be mid against no one. And then we have in the safe lane, Pasha. They're playing the safe lane SF.
I really like this Axe pick, on a side note. I think that the Lina mid is incredibly strong, but we've seen it time and time again. You get your Yule Scepter, but you get counter-initiated on. It's really easy to die, and no one does a really good job of outplaying that sentry. He shouldn't be able to get this one.
Sad times. So now Seneco's going to have that free... No, they have another counter ward.
All right, here it comes. The Tusk. There's actually no way for
counter for counter.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Still, though, the Bounty Hunter obviously has that advantage now. Navi, okay, this is actually something that PSM went ahead and drafted for Navi earlier. They ran a safe lane Centaur. And it seems to be kind of to their playstyle naturally. Like, Navi's a very aggressive team all around, right? And this will now set up for them, like, when they run these safe lane tanky initiators, right? Just allows them to be that much more aggressive around that 20-minute mark. Oh, Dendy's going to be caught here. Actually, they might be able to get the snowball. Light Strike Array misses entirely. And they don't have enough for another refraction, but they don't have the damage necessary to finish him off. Dendy backs up and heals away.
If he doesn't juke that stun, he's almost certainly dead there. Funnick now is in the middle lane, and they're going to make a go of this, and they should be able to get this kill as long as no one... He doesn't get the Ravage stun.
No, if he got the 3-man stun, who knows what could have happened, but he will be able to get back. And Nag chased away once again by PSM and Hovos.
It's still fairly significant, though. The enemy mid laner dying, Seneko getting the last hit, especially since he's focused so much of his attention on that mid lane. He's actually just going to stack the Ancients for this Templar Assassin. And are there any stacks available for Lina so far? Yes, there are. So worst comes to worst, this kind of just trades evenly.
So what other plays do we have here for... are they stacking up at all for their... Okay, they have one stack for the SF. Oh, no. The hard camp stacked up pretty well.
Man, I literally just said that, Cap.
You know, I'm making sure everything's okay on the stream, Blitz.
Okay.
Forgive me for not paying 100% attention to your terrible analysis.
All right. So...
Solo? Does he realize what's... I'm sure he does, right? He realized what's happening. Maybe not. It's going to be too late. He doesn't have Shallow Grave.
Oh, no.
He took, like, half of his HP was just from the Invis Bounty Hunter Ion Shell.
It's kind of hard to forget about. You have to think about it, because it's a combo that, if you run into a pub game, it's the combo that, you know, those two friends run and they're all laughing to themselves because they're killing a support.
Right.
And they don't realize it in time, but you have to be pretty quick on the upswing, especially when you've got a Shadow Fiend who doesn't have Disable, and you've got a Dazzle who decided to go for the Poison Touch and the Shadow Wave to Like that's a little bit aggressive of a build. No levels of Grave. I don't even think Grave helps you out in this lane though, because you just get chased down anyways.
Seneko babysitting that bounty rune for Funnick to actually take with the bottle first.
I think Dendy's just going to run back pretty soon. He's out of mana, out of bottle charges. There's no real reason for him to have to continue to stay. Oh, actually, he brings his bottle now. Thought that was Funnick's or something.
No one slowed down by the Janata Shuriken, doing so much damage, and even with the pretty good ice shards pushing back Dendy, Seneko's Bounty Hunter is still enough to be able to get the kill.
I think if you're Vega here, you just kind of have to start getting somewhat more aggressive, just because if you play this passive and Na'Vi just find these individual pickoffs, like Na'Vi have incredibly greedy lanes and it's paying off for the most part, and then they've got a lineup that just completely flat out runs at you. You have to worry about Dendy getting a Deso and just going to Roshan, and then once Savos has his Blink Dagger, things get really difficult because your Shadow Fiend can't really survive against that. Like, even with the Dazzle there, I guess you have a Tusk, but then he's just going to have to play really reactive Dota, and you don't really want to be put in that type of position.
TPN, Seneko filling up that bottle for Dendy, giving him even easier time in that middle lane. He still has Ancients to be able to go back to as well. You can see the 2 levels of Side Blades. It's going to help him out quite a bit. At what level do you you start going meld now, right? Because you don't need maxed out Side Blades to be able to do Ancients, right? And you still want meld for you to take that early Roshan you're talking about as well.
Yeah, you can, if you really just want to focus on jungle stacks, then you can go for the 3rd level, but I don't think it makes as much of a difference. Like, the additional 40 spill range doesn't help that much. The bonus attack range doubles though, so that's probably one of the more significant things that you're looking for. But he's probably just going to wait till he's level 7 anyways to be able to do it. Just go to the jungle right now and then focus on the Ancients later. And he's actually smartly just leaving this mid lane because he knows eventually there will be some pressure on him. And it's better to just kind of give the lane to Seneko, who he really has to start getting levels. Like around when his axe gets a Blink Dagger, that's when you want to be near level 6. So you guys can just roam together and create a lot of space for the rest of your team.
Pasha's going to finish up that Ring of Aquila, has Magic Wand, and he really hasn't felt too much pressure despite all the Ion Shells coming at him. He's 44 and 22. Looks like they're still going to try and go for a kill on potentially Solo, weaken him up with that Ion Shell. Doesn't go for the right click, though. Meanwhile, no one does get some recovery off of that hard camp stack. So he's now up to level 7. Dendy, though, is just about to pop to level 8.
The net worth is pretty close though. The only downside right now for Vega is that Dendy still has the stacks to do. When it comes to net worth, they're relatively close. Like the Darkseer is meant to have higher net worth than the Clockwork, especially since they were able to get a kill executed at that bottom lane. The Clockwork is doing an okay job right now. You've said it time and time again, when you're playing this Clock off lane, what really matters is that you hit your level 6 at a reasonable timing, and he's going to do that. Like, he's a higher level than the enemy support by a full level, so he's probably just going to get level 6.
Oh, no one turns around, hits the Light Strike Array onto Dendy, but a 3-man surrounding no one, even with a good snowball. It's just delaying the inevitable at this point. He gets off the Laguna Blade, manages to kill the Darkseer. Now the Shell Grave comes out, and no one gets away. What a huge turnaround there from Vega Squadron. Very nicely played.
Yeah, and at the same time, Mag hookshots the Witch Doctor to cancel his blink, or his TP, so that was a really good move by him. And he's just slowing down the rotations, making sure that nobody else can go in and help. So just a really well-coordinated play all around by Vega.
Was there creeps nearby, or is Voodoo Restoration really that strong that Mag could go for the kill?
There's like 20 creeps.
Oh.
There's almost no way he was going to get that kill.
Yeah.
That was one of those, if I get really lucky with Battery Assault, maybe, but that was optimistic.
Yeah. And Axe, as always, is never going to be too far away, just farming up the hard camp. He's actually got his Blink Dagger coming in, and the 1 level of Berserker's Call ready to go for the gank. Do you reveal the Blink Dagger and kill the Clockwork, or do you rotate to mid and try and shut down the Linus?
I think if anything, you can go down to the safe lane and find the Shadow Fiend with like 2 heroes. The Lina's not a bad target as well, but no one's gonna know that the Blink Dagger's coming soon. Like, if you look at Havos's items and the amount of farm that he's had, the Clockwork should kind of just alert his team and say, hey, he's had pretty much free farm. There's not much I can do about it. He's gotten most of the last hits. It's a melee versus melee with the Witch Doctor helping. There's very little that you can do about that, and I think it is up to the offlaner to kind of give that cue to the rest of his team, and for his team to kind of say, okay, it's about time for the supports to just kind of sit behind each other. And as soon as he dips into the secret shop, like, they've got to start being careful. No one shows up mid again. Havost, he's waiting actually for top.
Yeah, he even held on to a little extra gold before finally picking up that Blink Dagger. Wait for someone to come forward.
He doesn't want to show it. I think if anything, you either wait for the Dazzle to continue pushing top and Solo just kind of gets a little bit over aggressive, or Havost just grabs the smoke and goes in with one or two other heroes. If you don't want to go for the smoke, you can go for the free kill at top, but it's not a waste of the Blink Dagger, but it's not the ideal target that you're hoping for, which is why he's still kind of not showing himself on the map.
And in fact, it's just stacking up camps so he can still continue his farm while hiding that Blink Dagger for as long as possible. Dendi looks like he's going to be going straight for that Desolator. I mean, unless this is a BKB first build, which I kind of doubt. But
when you're on Dire side, it's just the item build to go for, because you can go for that really quick Roshan. And we talked about it, Snako, he's about to hit his level 6. This is around the timing that you want it, around 10 minutes, so that he could go around with this axe and just get a lot of kills. And that's the great thing about this combination is, even if you're trading evenly, you're getting ahead just because you have a bounty on your team.
Right.
He dodges the rocket, so they still shouldn't be aware. They should kind of be aware, though. This should be...
Yeah, it's late enough in the game, right? Like, 11 minutes, Axe has been gone for a really long time. That Blink Dagger's got to be up by now.
That's why you see Solo just kind of sitting around mid, and Mag doing the same thing, because they're worried that it's going to be the Lina that's the target, and this should now reveal it for sure.
Yeah. So they finally see Havost. Suneko's about to pick up his level 6, though. And if they can still find that opening, they can start benefiting from that extra bounty gold.
This Shadow Fiend, pretty crazy net worth right now, 5,100, been relatively uncontested. The support did die, Solo did die that one time at bottom that we saw, but they managed to get a kill at the same time. So things are pretty even pace right now for both teams.
Looks like they might go for a bit of a push. They don't have the mech just yet on the SF. He slowed it down a little bit with the Ring of Aquila and the bottle. Funnick just, I guess, creating a little bit more space. He's now got this escape route if they do try and dive the tower on him, but I don't think that's going to happen. They do have the Yule Scepter now for the Lina. That solo kill potential is there.
She actually just looks like she wants to continue to trade farm. Just because it's so scary cap at this phase of the game where you can't really solo kill the TA, and it's hard to invade Navi's jungle because if you get caught out by one combo, like, you're pretty much dead. Like, if the Axe calls you and the TA happens to be there, it doesn't really matter if you have the Yules. Like, it'll go down really quickly.
Real quickly, guys, for those of you guys in Dota TV, big apology that you can't actually hear Blitz right now. I won't be able to fix that until game number 2. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is. We seem to have a spree of bad luck lately, but things are breaking in the studio, and so I'll get it fixed for game number 2. But unfortunately, game number 1, I can't do anything about it just yet.
Guys, please send all your technical issues to @DotaCapitalist. He's the guy that if anything ever breaks in Join Dota,
that is
he's
definitely
the person
not
to
true.
complain to.
I am so technically incompetent. You know how amazed I was that I fixed the studio in such a short amount of time?
Alright, Dendi's got his Deso fully completed now. He's got max levels of Meld. Maybe this is the time for them to get aggressive first and then go for the Roche attempt. I don't think you can just do a blind against Vega's team. You've got a Clockwork on the other team that can just fire rockets nonstop into that area. And so it's a little bit dangerous to just go in there blind. It actually looks like they're going to go for a smoke. Okay, they're literally all gathered here.
Yeah,
I was like,
this
what's
is
going
really weird.
Okay, alright, come on, guys.
Both teams, like all 5-man, back to the tier 3 tower in order to smoke up. Vega did something similar with a 4-man smoke at bottom lane.
Yeah, you have to go for...
They've got the aggressive ward up. But
I don't think you can go for the smoke here without... Or you can just go for the Rosh straight up. Because I really feel like you're going to get scouted out by the rest of Vega. Navi knows that they're all there, so Clockwork should shoot a rocket. And he actually just shoots one to the left of him, and oh no. I mean, they have to anticipate this. They actually think it's a smoke gank, but Mag won't have it up in time, and actually
the hook shot in. Mag's still going to try and fight this one out. Roshan's left with another 1,000 HP. Mag is already down and out, and they will be able to get this one. SF gets off a decent ultimate. Snowball from the side, but PSM, and now the vacuum on the cliff. They're stuck, and there's nothing they can do. They try and battle it out, but they only get one support. Everyone's stuck up for Dendy to feast upon. No one comes in from the side, trying to help out. Solo Shao Gray TP out, but no one's going to go down for 4 heroes down in exchange for the 2 on Na'Vi. Unbelievable.
That's the Roshan too. That Dendy was able to pick up the Aegis. They're going to get a lot of gold as a result of that. I mean, Mag just went down so quickly. It was like 3 armor, 900 HP, he hooks in, gets hit once by Dendy, has like 100 health left. And that's just disaster for Vega, who they were situated as 5 at the bottom lane, but Mag decides to chance throwing the rocket to the left of him. And then they realize as soon as the smoke, like there's no smoke gank incoming, like they realize a little bit too late that the Roshan is going to be the attempt. And that's the thing, is that I feel like Mag should just non-stop throw the rocket in there, because he has to at least anticipate that the Roshan attempt is possible, and they can just kind of huddle behind their tower and wait for things to happen.
Yeah. Dendy, he's got the Desolator, 2K on him. Damn. I don't know how they're going to stop Dendy's farm at this point in time.
I mean, that fight was almost entirely Funnick being able to trap 2 of the heroes on top of that cliff with the Witch Doctor ult non-stop bouncing like that.
Yeah.
That was a brutal combination.
That was so insane. They're going to go for the tier 1 tower. Looks like Na'Vi have given them enough space to do so. That being said, they're going to go for a tier 1 of their own at the top lane. It's pretty healthy if Vega Squadron want to try and rotate to stop it, but it looks like instead they're going to go mid and try and put some pressure there.
You actually just kind of have to trade around if you're Vega, because if that last fight just demonstrated to you that you had trouble fighting, I mean, it doesn't get easier when Dendy has an Aegis and a Blink Dagger. He's pretty much just going to be able to eviscerate 1 hero off the bat, and there's not a whole lot that Vega can do about it. And on top of that, we see a Bounty Hunter pick up a full 4-staff as a result of that last fight. That was like 4 tracks in a row, almost the 5th too. The Witch Doctor the Witch Doctor cast just barely misses the Dazzle on his way out. Like, that could have just been completely even more disastrous for Vega.
So the big mobility items, Na'Vi up the mech. Looks like Havos is going to be going for a 4-staff as well. And a 4-man smoke ready to jump in. Tuss is going to be the target here. Run in, jump in, manage to get the call. Pasha next up is going to be hit by this cast. Dendy just keeps on running forward.
Canceled. He's just going to keep going.
Oh, the vacuum back. Funnick once again manages to snag 2. Pasha gets off his ultimate and dies immediately after. Mag will be able to escape things in part. 2 with Shallow Gray. PSM gets wiped out by no one, but still, he's going to have to deal with Dendy. Nice Yule Scepter. He's got the got track on him, but it looks like he's going to be fine solo. Slowed down, doesn't have the Shallow Gray, so he's just left to the mercy of Dendy's right click.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he's done for. Yet another track kill. Na'Vi just raking in the dough now. 3 for 1 exchange. Only, once again, it's just like the Lina being able to pick off support. Na'Vi just could not care less.
They kill 3 heroes there, and they get like 3K net worth lead as a result of that. Track's such an unbelievable ability. They're already ahead, and they just got like 3K off of that fight. All right. It's almost, all of a sudden, it's almost a 10K gold lead, and that's just what the Bounty Hunter gives you. And, I mean, Na'Vi's lineup, especially with the Aegis advantage, it's so hard to fight into that, but Vega doesn't just want to give up tier 1 towers for free, but they also can't afford getting isolated and picked off like that, because that's what Na'Vi's lineup does best. Like, they instantly just blow somebody up using the Axe Blink Dagger initiation. There's no real way for them to counter-initiate. They don't have a Glimmer Cape or a 4-staff or anything like that on their team. Actually, Glimmer is like completely useless against their team. You would need like a Vlad's on one of your support heroes, your Tusk, and like an AC on your SF at some point to be able to deal with the amount of physical damage that they put out.
Vega Squadron, their 2-man smoke isn't going to find anybody. They're hoping to be able to catch somebody farming up in the jungle, but not a soul.
Oh, they're spotted too. This is so bad.
Yeah. Seneco's actually going to be going for a Yule Scepter. They see him. Tuss, Snowball. Seneco's going to be popped up in the air by the Walrus Punch, but managed to get the 4-staff over the snap.
Oh,
now
Dendy comes in.
He's going to be the target. Going for no one, but has to back up. Havos actually jumping forward. Looks like clockwork hook shot might have missed. Seema is going to be dunked on by Havos. Now the cat's going to bounce around. They managed to get the jump. Oh, the cat's actually bounced the wrong way. No one turns around, but won't be able to finish off PSM. Solo gets taken out. Mag is just trying to cog some the back. Now Pasha. Oh no, the Shuriken! Unbelievable. The Shuriken bounces just in time ahead of the TP. Mag is only one to escape. What is happening? Na'Vi are just destroying in these team fights.
It's just that Vega are a little bit, they're too far behind when it comes to net worth and items. And probably more importantly than that, their fights are just inefficient. They don't really have a way to maneuver in because there's just so much by Na'Vi right now. The items that they have make it so easy for them to just continue the fight, like non-stop. If you're Vega and you get spotted at all as 5, you're pretty much committed to a full fight. Like at least 3 heroes are going to die or you win the fight. Those are the only 2 options when you're playing against A, bounty hunter, and B, 2 cores with the blink dagger.
Tier 2 is going to fall here. Na'Vi. Looks like they might get caught here. Snowball's going to catch out Funnick. Oh, Denny actually jumped back in. They're going for no one to start with. Good Shallow Grave buys them some time. 2-man vacuum pull back in. They're going to be able to get both of those. Laguna Blade goes out, but it doesn't even do anything. Oh, the bounty hunter goes down. They get something out of this, but obviously not really worth it. GG. Vega are done for. They realize how badly Na'Vi have been outplaying them ever since that Roshan fight, and they're just going to move on to game 2.
The game doesn't get easier from that point on. Every single fight is like a 3-4K net worth swing just because of the track. I mean, I like this Na'Vi. This is just a flat-out aggressive Na'Vi. Before, I almost felt like Havos was relied on a little bit too much, and Dendi wasn't relied on enough, but it feels like there's a better balance to their team with Havos playing those melee initiators and Dendi being able to play those snowball mid-heroes. And it just feels like this type of lineup and style fits them.